20 plus on, I swear to God. This is a 20 plus. Bye, boss. Basse, bye. Bye, boss. Gros basse. Ici, il y a un school, viens-t'en, Hubert. Go, go, go. Viens, viens. Ma photo est bonne, là, je l'ai pris. Là. Je vais l'en mettre à l'eau, là. Je vais en prendre un autre. Best one. Nice small one. Nice small. Nice small. Big small one. Big ass small one. Fucking small one. Big small one. Dude, this is a fucking 20. This is 20 plus though. I got a freaking 20 plus on, guys. I got a freaking 20 plus on, I swear to God. This is a 20 plus. This is an absolute toad. Ding, 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 can't fucking swim, bro. Let's go. Oh my God, that's a fucking big one. Giant. How big is that thing? God damn. Folks, that's a freaking giant. That's a giant. On the drop shot, right next to the rock. Whew. Wait. No, that's supposed to be 20.
Jeg kan live løbe mens jeg skal have sagt.
Bro. It's over. It's over. We're keeping this shit pain. What's this? Give me the ball. Come on!
No me. Bien, ya te a me tenés que parar.
Oh, bon, on va y parler. Oh, on va pas.
how can I start this? Welcome to the after the tournament. Man, oh man, oh man. That was simply amazing. I had an awesome day out there, regardless of the weather. You guys probably saw it, the weather was absolutely crashing down on us, you know, pouring rain, heavy winds, but hey, still had some fun out there. Probably actually one of my best days of the season, not even tournament season, just fun fishing. Hard, few bites, very hard, you know, you had a few bites in between, and it was very key to actually land those bites. So, talking about landing those fish, let's talk about the tackle that I used today. So, if you guys didn't know, I am sponsored by Okuma Fishing Tackle, and let me be honest with you, I've tried multiple brands in the past before I was sponsored, and Okuma Fishing Tackle for the price point is very hard to beat. You get what you really get the most out of your money. In terms of the functionality of the rods and the reels and stuff like that, it's absolutely amazing. So if you guys didn't know about them, I highly suggest you guys check them out. But let's go over the tackle that I used. So in terms of the tackle that I used today, I used a Okuma X Series bass rod. That is a 7'6", medium light power, moderate fast to fast action tip. And that rod is absolutely amazing for drop shot. I like the fact that the rod has like a nice parabolic bend to it, which makes it a whole lot easier to land fish, especially if they're close to the boat and they start to do like their head shakes and they rush, you do a little rush on you when they see your net. That's absolutely amazing. That rod is a key factor to the success in my tournament that you just saw. But in terms of the reel that I use the ITX CB size 2500. That reel is great. I like that reel to the fact that it is super light. It's pretty light for the price point. The drag is a carbon drag, super smooth, and I'm telling you, this year I've lost 0 fish because of the drag. Actually, the reason why I lose the fish is because my mistakes on my own. But the drag is absolutely super smooth. What I use as a line, main line is a 10-pound test braid. This is a Power Pro V8, V2 Super Slick, I mean. This is in the moss green color. I like more of a color that's more fluorescent if I'm gonna fish a drop shot, because there's a lot of visual bites on there. But that's what I was able to find on my local tackle shop. In terms of my leader, I use a 8-pound test Sunline FC Sniper fluorocarbon. Really like that fluorocarbon. Great tensile strength. Awesome under pressure. I like the line. And yeah, so I use, depending on where I'm fishing, I'm going to use either a 6-foot leader line up to even, I'd go up to 12 feet if I'm fishing shallow and I'm casting around rocks, hard structure. Why? Because if the fish decides to run and scratch himself next to the rocks, chances are if you're fishing with a smaller leader, it could actually be your braid that is actually going against these rocks, and you could actually break your line, because fluorocarbon, if you didn't know, is a lot more abrasion resistant than braid. But as far as the technique that I fished today with, if I didn't tell you guys yet, I think I already did, but let me say it again. I fished with a drop shot all day drop shot. That's what I caught the fish on. So drop shot, super simple. You have a hook above and you just put your weight underneath. In terms of the weight that I used today, I used mostly a, I think it's a 3/8 ounce drop shot weight, but it's tungsten drop shot weight. So tungsten, if you don't know, tungsten is a bit more expensive than lead. But what's cool about it though is it's 33% smaller for the same weight than lead, which means it's more dense. So you can get down to the fish faster. You have a better contact with the bottom. You can feel all the structure underneath. You're fishing in rocks, sand, mud. You can feel everything on this. And also, tungsten is a lot more eco-friendly because it doesn't dissolve itself in the water. It's more like let's say a rock. So it's way better for the environment. And if you're like me and you want to leave your bodies of water nice and clean to the next generation, using tungsten, whether you're fishing for drop shot, Carolina rig, everything, I use tungsten. So that's what I use as my technique during that tournament. Now let's go over my strategy going to this tournament. So actually, there was not a whole lot of strategy. I was just going out there to have some fun. I had about 4 hours of practice the day before, and what I wanted to do actually was to start fishing a weed line. And during fishing that weed line, nothing happened. The day prior, during practice, the fish were there, so I had to make a move. And I remember that I had marked a few, spots where there was some bait fish cruising around at around 22 feet of water or so on the sand shoals. So I went there and checked them out, saw a few bait fish, dropped my drop shot, caught a nice fish, and then after that, no more fish on those sand flats. Decided to go and find some deep structure. So I actually went practicing. During that tournament. I was like, I thought that to my buddy, let's just go have fun. Let's just go enjoy ourselves. Next week, we're gonna, attempt to get the TOI title, which is a team of the year during our trail. So this was like a separate tournament. It's more like a one-shot tournament. It's not a trail. So told my buddy, oops, sorry about that. Told my buddy, let's just go have some fun. Let's just go enjoy ourselves during that tournament. And that's what we did. And I ended up finding some deep structure. I fished that structure, liked it a whole lot. The structure was big boulders and stuff like that, offshore of a point. And there was some fish around that for sure. So I spent I think 5 hours out of my 8 hours I had during the tournament there. And I ended up catching 4 more fish, losing only one. That would have been crucial. Would have actually upgraded my bag for at least an inch and a half, which would have been nice. But hey, that's what happens when you fish. You lose some, you get some. But if you guys didn't know, the reason I lost that fish, it's because I was switching my rod tip too often.
Oh my God, bro. Oh, hell no, man. What the fuck, man? Get your ass on, boy. Oh, hell no, man. What the fuck?
What I mean by too often is that I was switching sides with my rod when I was finding that fish. So what that does, it actually enlarges the hole in the mouth of the fish, which makes it easier for the fish, if it jumps, to shake the bait and actually throw it out. So that's why I lost that fish. So you gotta always analyze. That's why I like to film myself during my tournament, not only to make these videos for you guys, but also to learn about where did mistakes, what can I learn from them. If an athlete, like a football athlete, a pro athlete, they always listen to their tapes. They always see their after the match, they always see like a recap of what they did, like a filmed recap, so they really know what they can improve on. That's one great way to learn more about your mistakes and to adapt in the next time you're out in the water and fishing. So that's all I got for you guys today. Folks, remember to fish relentlessly, and as always, turn off the cell phone and enjoy the beautiful outdoors. Peace.
Baby, come on! Woo! God damn!